Welcome to Cool Facts TV, where we explore the world's most fascinating facts and stories. This is episode 13, and today we're taking to the skies to reveal the craziest flight secrets that are never told to passengers. From cutting-edge technology to little-known procedures, we'll take you behind the scenes of the world of aviation to uncover the truth about what goes on during a flight. So sit back, fasten your seatbelt, and get ready for takeoff as we unveil the top flight secrets that will blow your mind. It's technically impossible to die on a flight. Although flight crews are trained in basic first aid and some are even qualified to perform resuscitation, most flights do not have any staff members on board who are qualified to declare a time of death. This means that there is technically no such thing as a mid-flight death in the legal sense, as individuals will only be declared dead upon landing. With some flights during the pandemic operating at a reduced capacity, there may be room available in this emergency event. However, the norm, should a passenger die while the plane is in the air, is that flight attendants strap that person in their seat until landing, assuming there is no extra row or empty seat available. Airplane lavatories can unlock from the outside. You can actually unlock the lavatory from the outside via an external lock mechanism, which is usually hidden beneath the no smoking sign on the door, according to LifeHacker. Though it might seem invasive, the lavatories unlock from the outside for safety reasons. Pilots acknowledge that there are several safety rules aboard aircraft that don't make a whole lot of sense, including exactly when the crew has to be seated with their belts on. For example, when aircrafts are nearly 40,000 feet in the air and going 400 miles an hour, flight attendants are allowed to walk the aisle serving food and hot drinks, even when there's turbulence. However, they must be strapped in while the aircraft is on the ground rolling by at about 5 miles an hour. There's a secret spot for sleeping. Flying for more than 12 hours at a stretch is obviously going to lead to some exhaustion, but some travelers may be uncomfortable with the thought of their pilot taking a nap, which is why crew rest compartments, or CRCs, are often hidden away in airplanes. These CRCs offer both pilots and flight attendants a small, compact spot to relax and get some rest on long flights. Many aircrafts will have one space for the crew and another for pilots to rest. Depending on the type of aircraft, these compartments may be located either above or below the passenger cabin and could feature small beds and curtains to keep out light and sound. On long-haul flights, more pilots are required to be on board, so they rest on rotation. Those emergency oxygen masks deliver a supply that lasts only 15 minutes. What isn't usually shared with the passengers is that the flowing oxygen will last between just 12 and 15 minutes. Before you panic, know that most pilots will take the plane to a lower altitude within that time. The biggest risk, however, is in the first 30 seconds. That's how long you have to get the mask on yourself before passing out. The chimes that sound mid-flight are a secret code. Flight attendants use the chimes to signal a host of things to one another, from the snack supply running low to an increase in turbulence. Sometimes the chimes hold greater significance, alerting flight attendants to an emergency or change in route. The headsets and earbuds are not new. It's a dirty secret in the airline industry that headsets and earbuds are recycled after every flight, even the ones that come in plastic pouches you have to open. Airlines simply collect them, clean them, and rebag each pair. Flight attendants are paid once the plane doors close. In the case of a few airlines, cabin crew are only paid for their flight hours, meaning their pay is based on when the flight leaves and arrives at each gate. A recent TikTok video by a flight attendant brought this practice to life, with others confirming the case. That means that other duties like boarding and cleaning the plane aren't counted as part of their work hours and pay. Your lost luggage gets auctioned off. It's the ultimate travel disaster. You arrive at your destination airport to find your bag was lost in transit and is nowhere to be seen. Most lost luggage is reunited with its owner within a few days, and there will usually be some monetary compensation if the bag has well and truly vanished. But what happens if that luggage is never claimed? There are lost luggage auctions which hawk the abandoned goods to eager punters ready for a bargain. Babies born in U.S. airspace become U.S. citizens. This has only happened on a few occasions, and it's a real gray area. The newborn citizenship depends on several factors. In some parts, it pertains to the airspace occupied when the baby was born. The states, for example, recognize any baby born on U.S. soil, including airspace, as an American citizen. According to the UN, a baby born in transit should become a citizen of the country that the airline is registered to. In other cases, the child may adopt their parent's nationality. A plane can't take off if you're in the loo. Legally, a plane can't take off if someone is in the toilet because takeoff and landing are the two of the most at-risk moments on the plane. If the plane was forced to make an emergency landing or underwent severe turbulence, there is nothing in the toilet that would protect a passenger, and worse, someone might get trapped in there. Pilots and co-pilots eat different meals. It very rarely happens, but to prevent the chances of both getting food poisoning, many pilots and co-pilots opt to eat different in-flight meals. In 1975, the pilots were the only ones on a Japan Airlines flight from Tokyo to Paris not to get food poisoning. A similar incident happened on a Concorde flight between London and New York in 1984. Empty ghost flights fly all the time. When you see a plane pass above you in the sky, there's a fair chance it has no passengers. A new report by The Guardian reveals that 5,000 completely empty ghost flights have passed through UK airports since 2019, plus 35,000 more flying at under 10% capacity. Air travel releases more carbon emissions than any other consumer activity, and the revelations have infuriated climate campaigners, particularly since there is no official explanation for why the flights are flying. The most common theory is that they exist to retain coveted slots in airport timetables. Your boarding pass contains a lot of secret and incredibly personal information. Reading the codes on your boarding pass gets more complicated. The most interesting and secret part of your ticket is the 6-digit alphanumeric segment of coded text called the P&R or passenger name reference, and it contains your frequent flyer number and future travel plans. Someone could use this information to access your account, even changing the PIN to prevent your future access. Pilots have a secret code they use to communicate with air traffic control. This code is known as the squawk code, and it's used to identify the plane to air traffic control and other aircraft in the area. The squawk code is a 4-digit code that is assigned to the plane by air traffic control and is used to help the controllers keep track of the plane's position and flight status. Many airplanes have secret compartments or hideaways that are used for storing emergency equipment or for hiding from hijackers. These compartments are typically located in the cockpit or in the ceiling of the cabin and are not visible to passengers. They can be used to store emergency oxygen tanks, medical equipment, or weapons for the crew to use in the event of a hijacking. The cabin pressure in an airplane is kept at a lower level than the pressure at sea level. The cabin pressure is kept at the equivalent of about 6,000 to 8,000 feet above sea level. This can cause some discomfort for passengers, such as dry eyes and ears, but it's done for safety reasons as it helps to prevent the structural damage that would occur at high altitudes. This also prevents the occurrence of decompression sickness, also known as the bends, which is caused by inhaling air at lower pressures than your body is accustomed to. Pilots sometimes fly with a hidden DEADMAN'S switch that automatically takes control of the plane in case of an emergency. This switch, which is typically located in the cockpit, can be activated by the pilot if they become incapacitated or unable to fly the plane. Once activated, the switch will take control of the plane and fly it to a safe location. This is done as a precautionary measure to ensure that the plane does not crash if something happens to the pilot. Thank you for watching! We hope you enjoyed this episode and learned something new about the world of aviation. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe to our channel for more cool facts and episodes. We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know if there's a topic you'd like us to cover in the future. We'll see you next time at Cool Facts TV.